Hello and welcome. Let us solve this question on cumulative frequency curve, also known as the Ogive curve. The question reads, the table below shows the frequency distribution of marks scored by students in a test. So the table is given there. On the grid provided, draw an Ogive curve for the data, 3 marks. Then you go to the second one. Use your graph to determine 1. The pass mark if only 6 students pass the exam, 1 mark. 2. The quartile deviation, 3 marks. And then we go to the last one. But C, the range of marks scored by the middle 60% of the students. So that is the question, 10-mark question on cumulative frequency curve. So let us go to the first one where we're supposed to draw an Ogive curve. Now, how do you draw an Ogive curve? We need to plot the cumulative frequency against the marks. And the cumulative frequency will be given by, we are going to get that one using the frequency. So for the cumulative frequency, that is what is going to come in the y-axis. Then the x-axis, this is where we are going to put the marks. So here we'll have the marks. And it is good to emphasize that the marks, we're going to use the upper class limits of the marks. So let me just put in brackets upper class limit. The upper class limit. That's just to indicate that the upper class limit. So let's go and get the cumulative frequency. So I will introduce another row here, cumulative frequency. So the first one will be 2. We go adding 2 plus 4, we get 6. Then 6 plus 8, you get 14. 14 plus 4, you get 18. 18 plus 2, you get 20. So that is how we get the cumulative frequency using the frequency. Now the upper class limits for the marks is what we're going to use. So for this class 1 to 10, the upper class limit will be 10.5. Then for 11 to 20 will be 20.5. For that 21 to 30, the upper class limit will be 30.5. For that 1 to 40, it will be 40.5. And 41 to 50 will be 50.5. So this is what you're going to plot on the x-axis. So let's go to the graph. So the graph. So here, the x-axis I've said, will have a cumulative frequency, which will represent the number of students. Remember, the total frequency or the total number of students are 20. So let us choose a suitable scale that you're going to use. So looking at the marks, beginning from 10.5, so it is good to always start from the lower class limit for the first class. So the lower class limit of this class 1 to 10 is 0.5. So this will be the starting point. So when I look at this data, and looking at the graph, you can use 2 centimeters to represent 10. Then for cumulative frequency, the number of students, 1 centimeter to represent 2 is okay. So let me go to graph. So I'll have 0 here. So I will break this scale here, since for this part where I will start with 0.5, it will not be uniform with the others. So from here I can go on after every 2 centimeters like that. So add 10. So this will be 10.5. Then you add 10, 20.5. Then this will be 30.5. And then this one will be 40.5 and 50.5. So that is a scale that we're going to use. For the y-axis, we can simply use this one as 2. Let me mark them like this. So we have 2, 4, 6, like that. then 8, then 4, 8, 10. This will be 10, be 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and then lastly we have 20. So that is the scale for the y-axis: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. So for 1 centimeter represent 2. So I've broken this scale here, since you can see from 0 to 0.5, and for the others 0.5 to 15. The scale is uniform from 0.5 all the way, but this is the part the scale is not uniform. That is why we break that. So let's start plotting. So the first one is 10.52. So 10.52 will be here. That is where we have 2. Then 20.5, 20.56. So 20.56. So 20.56 will be here. Then the next one is 30.5, 14. 30.5, 14. So 30.5, 14 will be here. Be there. Then the next one is 40.5, 18. 40.5, 18. 40.5, 18 is here. And lastly, the last one is 50.5, 20. 50.5, 20. So 20 will be there. So after doing that, now you can join using a smooth curve. Join this point using a smooth curve. Now I want to do that. Need to be very keen when you are drawing this, so that you don't draw a curve that is not smooth. I think that one is smooth. Then you can join this the starting point. Not good to leave the curve hanging, so you can join this starting point to 0.5 like this. Join it like this here. So beginning from here, going this way. So let me use a pen so that this one can be visible. So that one is okay. So that is how you draw the cumulative frequency curve. Let's go to the questions and answer the questions. Question number 1 is use your curve or the graph to determine the pass mark if only 6 students pass the exam. If only 6 students pass the exam. How are we going to get this? Now to get this, we shall use the highest mark. The highest mark scored is 50.5. So, and 50.5 was attained by the 20th student. So the pass mark will start from the highest point going downwards. And we need that from the 20th student going downward up to where we shall have now 6 students. So this is what you're going to do. So the highest mark was 20th from the 20 students. So we can go to 19 students, then 18, then 17, then 16. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6. So we need from the highest, this is the highest. So 20 is the highest. This is the highest mark. So moving downwards, remember the lowest, these are where we have the lowest marks. So from the top going down up to where we have the 6, this is the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. So the pass mark will be given by this. This is the last person. This is where the cutoff will be. And this is the person who will score the pass mark, since this is the last student from the highest. If you count 6 students from the highest mark, that is 2019. So we shall get the pass mark using the 15th student. The 15th student will give us the pass mark, because that is where the cutoff will be. So we shall go to the graph and draw a straight line from the 15th student. Take your ruler, and then you need to be very keen here. Be very keen. So 15 is between this is between 14 and 16. So you draw a straight line up to where it cuts the curve, like that. So let me draw it again. So exactly at the center, should be exactly at the center there, between 14 and 15. So that is the, and then this is the point where it touches the curve. Draw a straight line from there. So draw a straight line from here. Like that. So to get the pass mark, go to the 15th student at the center here, draw a straight line passing through the center there. Then this is the point where it touches the curve. Draw a straight line going down, and this is the pass mark. The pass mark will be here. So this is the scale, 2 centimeters to represent 10. So one small square will represent 1. So this will be that 1.5, that 2.5. So this point here will be that 2.5. So that is a pass mark. So the pass mark will be 32.5. So the 15th student scores 32.5 marks, and that is the pass mark. The next question is on the quartile deviation. The quartile deviation. So how do you get quartile deviation? Quartile deviation, that is QD, is given by this formula, Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. So this is how we get quartile deviation. So what is Q3? Q3 is the upper quartile. How do we get the upper quartile? By taking 3/4 multiplied by the total frequency. Total frequency is the total number of students in this case, which is 20. This will give us the position of the upper quartile, and this one will give the 15th student, since when you cancel this you get 15th. So when we go to the 15th student, we read the mark that will give us the upper, and that is what we've noted, that the pass mark will still be the same, the 15th student. So we don't need to draw another line. You just use that line, draw from the 15th student, draw a straight line up to where it touches the curve. So read this value that is here. So that is what is going to give us the Q3. So it will be that 2.5 marks. Then Q1, how do you get Q1? Q1 is obtained by getting a quarter of a total frequency, and this will give the fifth student. So we go to the curve, and draw. We draw a straight line the fifth student. The fifth student will be again exactly at the middle here, exactly at the middle of these between 4 and 5, 4 and 6, between 4 and 6. And when you read these, so exactly at the center there. So these will be just by drawing a line that passes through the center. Well, then there's a point where it touches the curve. So you drop down like that, drop down. So from the fifth student, straight line where it touches the curve, drop down. So read this one. So these will be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, this will be 18. So this is 11, 12, 13, 14. Just remember the scale. So from here to this point, 1 centimeter is 1. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.5. So that will be 18.5. So it will be 18.5. 18.5. That is, we've got Q. So we already have Q3. Q3 is there and Q1 is there. So now we can proceed and get the quartile deviation. Quartile deviation is equals to, remember this formula, Q3, which is 32.5, then subtract 18.5, then you divide by 2. And when you work out this, you get this one will give 14 divided by 2 will give 7. So the quartile deviation therefore is 7. So when you work out this, you'll definitely get 7. The 2.5 minus 18.5 divided by 2, you get 7. Almost the last one now. The next one you're supposed to work is the range of marks scored by the middle 60% of the students. So what do you mean by this? The range of marks scored by the middle 60% of the students. So I'll draw a line here to help us explain this. So the middle 60%, this is 60%, the middle 60%. So on the lower part, you'll be left with 20%. The upper part will be left with 20%. Why? So that when you add all these, a percentage, you get 100%. So when you take the middle 60%, you're left with 20 on the lower side, 20 on the upper side. So if you to count this percentage, you start from 0. Here you'll have 20%. Then 20 plus 60, here you get 80%, and then plus this one will give 100. So the range would be given by, look at where the middle 60 is beginning. The middle 60 is beginning from here, 20% to 80%. So that is what you need to get. So we need to get the position where we shall have the first, this mark here, 20%. And to do that, we shall just take 20%, which is 20 over 100. 20 divided by 100. Should take 20 divided by 100 times the total frequency is 20. And this will give us the position. The position will be the fourth. The fourth student will give us the first mark here. That will be the 20th percent. Then the other one is 80%. So you get 80 divided by 100 times 20. And this will give us the 16th. The 16th position will give us that mark. So let's go to the fourth. Now to get the fourth, we just need to draw a graph. So the fourth is here. These are the fourth. Draw a straight line up to where it touches the curve, like that. Then you notice that it touches the curve here. So this will be, let me check it, touches the curve somewhere here. This will be 11 to touches somewhere here. This is drop down. So look at this. So you'll notice when you draw a straight line from the fourth student here, the point where it touches the curve, this is the point where it touches the curve. You can see this is the point. Then you drop down you read these will be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.5. These will be 16.5. So the fourth student will give 16.5. So these will be 16.5, like that. It will give 16.5. Then the 16th, I think for the 16th we had already, I don't know whether we got it. Oh, it is not there. So the 16th student, the next one is this. The next one is this 16th student. So we go to the graph and we draw the 16th student. The 16th student is here. So you draw straight line like that. The 16th student, make sure the line is straight. So you draw a straight line. Then you notice that it touches the curve at this point. That is here. This is the point where it touches the curve. So you draw a straight line from there. So draw a straight line from 16th student up to where it touches the curve. It touches the curve at this point. At this point. Then from this point, drop down straight downwards. Read these. This will be the mark. So this will be 30. So this will be 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. It gives, I don't know whether I've drawn the line correctly. I think I've not drawn the line correctly. Let me draw it again here. This somewhere I've not used a different pen. Be very careful here. So it will be here. I think this will be the point of contact. The point of contact will be here, that curve. Yes, this will be the point. I have to draw this one so that it is clear. So look at this. I've drawn my line again. The 16th student going straight. And somewhere I had adjusted my ruler a bit. So this is the point of contact. Then you drop straight down. You read this value that is here. So this will be 31, 32, 33, 34. This will be 34.5. So that will be 34.5. So you have 34.5. So now we've got the range. So at 20%, we've got the position is fourth. So you get that. That is the mark from 20%. Then 80%. This is 34. So the range of marks represented by the middle 60 begins from this point to this point. So at this point, you have 16. So you have 16.5 marks. That is the range to 34.5 marks. So this is how you give the range of the marks scored by the middle 60% of the student. That is how you're supposed to solve that question. Thank you.